This Christian journey can be a lot sometimes, but you don't have to do it alone. Welcome to The Walk, where we take the questions you've wondered, taboo topics, and create a safe space to discuss them all. So are you ready? Let's go.
All right, we are back for another episode of The Walk. So this is season 4, episode 5, and today we will be talking about the problem with being nice. Everybody say, ooh. The problem with being nice. So guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So send it to all your friends, your coworkers, everyone you know. Right. So let's get the word out on The Walk. So this could be beneficial to a lot of people, especially in this Christian walk and journey. So we have our lovely guests here today. I will let them introduce themselves. So my name is CJ.
Yasmin.
Tashina.
And of course, Andre.
And Andre. All righty. So the first segment we will jump into is called Won't He Do It? So this is just our testimony hour. We can testify about anything God has done good for us today, last week, this month, last year, whatever it could be. And I will let anyone go first, or you guys want to let
You're
me?
like, go first, looks at me directly. Okay.
I mean, I just turned my head. I was just...
How we know you weren't looking at him?
Right, exactly.
I was looking at him because he was talking.
All right.
Well, I will go first. You
Go
know,
ahead, yes.
I
What
always
has God
give
done for you?
God thanks when I travel on these planes because it is kind of just a crazy thing. You just go on these planes with like people you don't know, like the pilots, and you just trust that they're going to get you to where you're going to get to. So I went to Arkansas this week, which is like the most random state in the whole entire United States of America.
Probably Utah.
Little
I feel
Rock.
like it gets
no.
worse.
No.
Utah.
I went to
Utah's
Little
home.
Beautiful.
Utah's
Okay,
home.
no
Really?
offense
Yeah.
if people.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Sorry.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
I want to
They
go
go
to
hiking
Utah.
there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hiking spots.
Yeah,
Really?
you need to. I've never
like-
been, but we all need to go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
For the people who haven't
Group
gone.
trip.
But I literally was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to Little Rock. I'm going on this plane, whatever. We're like leaving on Tuesday. The weather, it finally started raining here, I guess, this week. And of course, that's the day I'm like traveling. I'm like OCD when I travel. I have like I have literally any app you could think of to check turbulence, to see the flight path, to make sure we're not going off the,
What are you going to do about that?
I'm not going to do anything, but I did tell somebody, I was like, if the plane starts, going off the flight path towards the ocean and I'm supposed to be on land, I'll just know, like, okay, I might die, but like at least I can send out information like, hey, they're hijacking this plane.
Okay.
That's really my thought process. I actually don't have control over it, and that's why I actually still hate flying, or I do hate flying, because once you are sitting and once those doors close, that's it.
I mean,
for
that's
you.
it.
Control
That's
is
it.
gone.
So the plane was going, and we went, and then, like I said, there was weather, and I'm like, oh my goodness, flying through Florida. They were like, oh, we're gonna try to find the clearest path. They're saying that. I'm like, deep breaths, because the plane was rocking up and down, up and down. I'm
Where
like,
did you
oh,
fly?
Delta.
Delta, okay.
Oh, I thought it was Spirit.
Like
Nah, they gone.
Spirit,
R.I.P.
RIP, but
Spirit.
no, like literally Delta. I'm like, they have sturdy planes. So I'm like, I always fly them because honestly, once you went through the turbulence, even though it was bad, and I was just going to Atlanta from here, so it's only like an hour in the air, actually. It wasn't as bad once you were in the clear air. And you're like, okay, I went through that. But now looking back, it's like, oh, like I would do that again. Like once it was over. Yeah, if I
okay.
had to, I'm like, oh, I would do it again. So anyways, I just thank God just for allowing, me to get through that flight without like super major anxiety, but also just getting me there and back safely, because you just never know. So many things are going on with planes nowadays. Like you just, and people on planes, like that's more my fear than like the plane itself.
Yeah.
Like you never know who you're sitting next to and things like that.
Especially if
So,
you're flying by yourself.
yeah.
Yeah,
And,
that's a
different
well,
experience.
you're like putting my personal information out there.
You said,
It's like if you're flying by yourself.
I do have
I
a
was with a
question.
lot of people that I know, and
Absolutely.
Co-workers,
Yes,
husband, all of the
exactly.
above.
Yes. Where is your dream destination? Like, if you can go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
oh my goodness,
a good question.
Okay, so I do want to go to Japan. I don't know if that's like a dream, but I do want to go to like Asia. I love Asian food. Like that's my top cuisine. And I just never been on like that side of the world. You know, I've hit a lot of beaches, but like Japan, just the lifestyle and just the culture there, I think
the
I would
respect.
really be, you know,
Fit right in.
very happy to go. Yeah.
So-
And it's clean. Like that's my biggest
Oh,
thing. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
It's clean.
It is
Yeah, 'cause you guys
wildly
went.
clean.
Yeah.
So if I told you that I will pay for your whole trip to Japan, but you have to get on a flight that there will be turbulence
Ooh.
for 50% of the flight. I was gonna say the
How
whole
long is the flight
But
again?
the flight to Japan is wildly long. So
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
like
about to say
18 hours.
only 50% of the flight.
9
That's
hours of
9
turbulence.
hours?
This question is unfair.
Wait, can I be sleeping? Just fall asleep for
No, I can't.
Just fall asleep.
CJ, I'm looking at the map to see how long the turbulence is. I'm like, oh,
I'll go
look,
to
there's
sleep.
green, there's weather. Oh my goodness, we're gonna be in this weather for 50 minutes. Like that's how,
Not
like,
worth it.
anal I am.
You
with
wouldn't do it?
No. 50%?
I'll do
I
it.
feel like, wasn't there a point where we felt like we kind of dropped out of the sky a little
Oh.
bit?
I feel like this be happening on every
And you're
flight.
flying over the ocean, like majority of that time. No, yeah,
So-
no.
Okay.
50, okay,
what
no,
percent-
it
what-
depends on
what
how bad the
percent-
turbulence is. Like,
What is that getting off the? That's like getting off the strip. Like, all right, we're in there. All right, 2%.
Smooth sailing.
Yo, that's
yeah,
funny.
crazy.
The rest of it has to be a surprise. If anything.
I was just curious. I was curious.
All
What would
right.
get her to go through that?
All right.
Me? Oh,
No.
sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you were still talking to me, but
I imagine that
it
there's
really
not a real
depends. If the
answer.
turbulence is like where you're dropping and like you are your legs are shaking. This has happened to me. Your legs are shaking. You're like, oh my goodness, like when is this gonna stop? And like you really don't know when it's gonna stop. Yeah, I'm good. I would rather just stay at home.
Honestly,
the
I
ground.
realize you're like very different because you want to know like all the details. You're like, I need to know what I'm going to experience, everything. And
Very
I'm like,
type A.
no, don't tell me anything. Like,
Really?
no,
Oh
I don't
my
need to know
gosh.
anything.
No, I
Like,
have to
I'd
know.
rather just enjoy the time that
Go
I
with the
have
flow.
before I knew how worse it could get. You know, like
No, but like if you know, you can prepare yourself.
you can't
No, you can to
You're
an
just gonna,
extent
like,
because you're like
increase your anxiety
Okay.
and
No, that's
spend
true.
more time in worry versus just enjoying the peace that you have and just worry later in the moment. You know?
so when it happens, like, oh, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
But before
Whoa.
you could go into it being like,
All right.
I might die, but
I mean, I
you're
think that every
saying
time I
it
get
in
into
the
a
moment.
plane,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
just like, okay, if we fell out the sky right now, I'm just gonna be like super chill, and it's gonna be fine, you know.
Well,
All right.
everybody.
Yeah,
has their-
won't he do it? All right.
Yes, he did.
We got
He
off topic
did.
already.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
ADHD people.
Anyone else would like to share?
I guess I could go because I had a very blessed day.
Amen.
Yeah, I did. Even though I wasn't like anxious about it because I feel like at this point I'm like, okay, like I'm just gonna give it to you, and I just have to go through it. Like I knew today was gonna be a lot. I have a full-time job, but I'm also a realtor, and then I also knew I was gonna come to be on the walk today, so I knew it was gonna be a really long day. I just felt like I was gonna have to be in multiple places at once. It was just gonna be a lot, but so many things just kept happening throughout the day. You know, everything like went smoothly. A meeting that I was like, oh, like how am I gonna do both of these things? It actually ended early, and I had a client close on a house today. So
Oh, that's
That
a
money
I
is
am
coming
so
through.
grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful, so blessed.
Look at that.
And it's crazy because the first time I was on the walk, I also had a closing. So I was like, you know,
Oh,
that might
hey, it's a
be-
trend.
I had to convince her to come on the show, but look at what God did for
You
her.
know what? Yes.
Because of your
Every
obedience.
time you come on, she's
trying
on
to
next
take
week,
credit
guys.
for
By
that?
the way,
Hey.
she's gonna be on next week.
She need to be a host.
At this point.
I'm good with a little closing here and there.
All right.
But yeah, it was a good day. I'm glad everything worked out, and I'm here with you guys. So
All right. Cool. Nice.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really have anything specific, but I'm just grateful in general for, I feel like the way God is moving in my life and my relationship with him lately. I feel like he's been I know my theme of this year personally is trying to be more intentional. And I think God is joined in on. He's like, well, I'm going to be intentional with you. And so I feel like there's been things that he has specifically like informed me of or told me or like redirected me or whatever it is. And he does it in a very clear way, which I am grateful for. I'm not with the riddles and the uncertainty and the God, like, just tell me, bro. Like, just
No,
tell
for
me.
real.
So I feel like he's been doing that. And I'm grateful for that because it gives me more clear direction, more clarity in my life.
Okay.
We appreciate that
All right.
clarity.
Amen. Yeah, for sure. Amen. For me, I have two things. So I guess I'll start with the veggies first. So with this, I was on I-4, and as we all know, I-4 is the worst, especially in the morning when people are trying. Well, actually after work, but I was driving. Yeah, right. So I was driving on I-4. And just minding my business in my lane. You know, this is important. Stay in your lane, people. So I was in my lane on I-4, and you know, at some points there's like a brick wall that's like right there. So in my lane, someone swerves into my lane.
Gosh.
I had to immediately slam on my brakes, and as I slammed on my brakes, I started to veer left. Right? So I'm getting
Tesla.
yes.
Oh, sorry if people
Any
don't
car.
know you have that car.
But
Yeah,
I
like,
forgot.
okay,
I
yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, no, I mean, because Teslas brake by themselves, but if in emergency circumstances, you can manually brake. But so I was veering closer to the wall, but I don't know. I felt like the car like literally jerked back somehow. I don't know if that's like I didn't have FSD on or autopilot,
to me.
so. Yeah, so I don't know if it's like something with like ABS or something, but as soon as I hit the brakes and I was going over to the left, it immediately like snapped back over
And
to the
it
right.
wasn't. It wasn't.
No,
like,
it wasn't jerky
it
or
was.
anything.
Yeah, it was
It was
locked.
steady. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
it was locked and steady.
See.
So
Yeah, that
Were
happened to
you going
me.
Yeah,
towards
but-
the
Yes.
car?
unintentional. No, so the car was coming towards
But it
me.
wasn't a
so
good thing for you.
Exactly.
They were literally coming over into my lane. They didn't realize until the last
Yeah.
second that like I had to slam on my brakes and I was like going over, almost hitting a wall. So they corrected themselves, and I was able to correct myself as well after slamming on the brakes, because I thought I was headed straight for that wall. I'm not gonna lie to
Wow.
you. So then the
That's
car
the scary
kind of like
thing
just
about
snapped
I-4.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's so
Seriously.
many cars.
nowhere to
like
go.
On
Space.
I-4, there's like what, 5
Yeah.
lanes?
Yeah.
5 lanes on I-4 now, and there's always construction. But
5 lanes and
do you ever do you have that feature on where you honk the horn and it like
oh yeah, it
snaps
records.
it?
Yeah.
Do you
I
ever
have
go
that.
back and look at those?
I have not. I
Bro,
need to go back and watch it.
So
When you
my
honk the
storage was
horn?
getting full, so I was like, oh, let me go back and do it.
yeah.
I started looking at these things. I'm like, oh, these people were trying to kill
Kill
me,
me.
bro. they were trying to take me
so
out.
you can turn it on. So as soon as you honk, like if you hold it down for like more than 1 second,
No,
or
even if
something,
you just press it.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah, so a
It
lot
starts
of the ones I
recording?
deleted were people just at red lights. At green
just
lights sitting still.
just
And it like takes a snapshot. But
yeah,
like,
but I need
when
to
you
go back
see
and
all
watch
the
that one.
angles
Yeah.
of like, oh, this person was legit like right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh man,
Yep.
crazy.
But yeah,
Okay.
so thank God, that I'll give God the credit, or the angels, guardian angels, correcting my path. I won't give that credit to the Tesla, but I'll give that credit to God. So
Amen.
thank God for sparing my life. It could have been a lot worse because accidents happen probably every day on I-4.
Oh, definitely.
So thank God for that. Yeah.
Hour on the hour.
Yeah, and then my second one was something work related. So at work, you guys know it's a very client facing role. So I deal with cybersecurity software. So of course, other businesses come to us to solve their business problems, and jumping on the meeting with them, there's an account executive, and of course, like the engineer is on there. So I'm the engineer, and then the account executive is on there. So when we started the meeting, immediately the client was like, "Hey, I don't want to see a demo. I don't want to see anything. I wanna start using the software immediately." We were like, "Oh, okay. We don't have to go through a proof of concept. We don't have to do anything." They were like, "Yeah, we just want to use it right straight away. Just send over a contract, and we'll sign it right now." We're like,
Is that a good thing or
no, that's a very good
okay.
thing. No, that's a very good thing, because usually what happens is we go through a demo, we have the hour meeting, we talk about like what they like with the platform. Usually sometimes there's a POC, which can be up to a month or more.
Okay, so they're
and
just
then
like,
legal
I'm
has
ready
to
to
get it.
give you my
Yeah,
money.
pretty literally. They were like, "Hey, we're literally ready to give you money." So
Like that.
I was like, "Oh, that's literally never happened to me before." So, and I've been working there for almost 6 months. They were like, "Yeah, we just want to buy it immediately." We were like, All right.
Music to our
Cool.
ears.
Yes, I was like, oh, thank God. You know, small
Amen.
victories.
Great.
So,
Amen.
yeah.
It's a lot of work off of your
Right.
part,
No, literally. Yeah.
Don't
Yep.
look a
Take
gift
it.
horse in the mouth. Just
Yeah.
take it. Take the gift.
Yeah.
For sure.
All
Look
right.
at God.
So, God is clearly good.
All the time.
In conclusion.
In conclusion.
I want to move to our next segment, Word on the Street. And I have an interesting one. It's something I saw on Instagram. So I'm going to read this scenario to you guys. And then I want you guys' opinion.
Uh-oh.
He looks too excited to read this too.
Because I feel like never mind. I'm just
He
going to read
just
it.
knows us. That's
And,
it.
and Leo put it up on the screen so you guys at home can also like read it because it's a little bit long. So it says everyone in your country has to take a blue pill or a red pill.
Blue pill, red
If greater than 50% pick blue, everybody lives. So if more than half of the people pick the blue pill, everybody lives. But if not, the people that chose the red pill live, and the people that chose the blue pill die. So I'll say it again. You're given two options.
Yeah,
You're given two options, red or blue. If you choose blue, and greater than half of the people choose
Majority of
blue,
people.
everybody gets to live.
Okay.
Now, if less than half people choose blue, everyone that chose red lives, and the blue people die. So one person.
Wait, are you done or
No.
no? Okay.
Or one person has to pick a color for their whole household. So you have to choose for basically everyone in your house, yourself, your kids, your spouse, whatever. It's one per
Okay.
house.
One per. Okay.
So if you're in charge of your house, what pill are you choosing?
Okay, I need to clarify something.
Yeah, ask
So if you have the blue pill, or okay, let's say you don't choose the blue pill, you choose the red pill, but if it's more than 50%, you'd still die.
No, you still live.
Oh, I'm choosing the red pill.
What about you guys?
So
Like the red pill is a guarantee.
of living.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to convince you guys. Like,
Yeah.
that
not
this
gonna
is
lie.
like
Wait.
this is like
So-
a no-brainer type of thing.
That's why I was smiling so much.
Yeah.
Because
you knew what I was gonna pick.
Like
Yes, she was
this
like-
is no.
she was
Like
like,
we
"Is this
don't
a
have to
question?"
talk about this too long. This is
Right. So, does everyone know like the consequences?
Yes, this is
of
the
what-
scenario.
Okay.
Everybody knows the scenario, and now they need
So-
to make this choice.
If 50% pick blue, everyone lives. If not, so why doesn't everyone just pick the blue pill? Then, if that's the case,
I mean, because it's a risk that,
yes.
some people are going to be selfish.
and choose the red.
Yes.
Because
I'm
it's-
choosing red, like I said. So if you're already thinking about blue, like you're gonna be gone.
You're
Like,
Well,
you'll
that's
be
not a
gone.
guarantee.
No,
that's
like,
not a
CJ,
guarantee.
the
If either way,
statistics.
if you pick the blue, literally, if it's over 50%, if everyone literally just picks blue, everyone
This
lives.
is me saying-
Like, all you have to do is literally say, "Hey, everyone, just pick blue."
But does
No,
that
but the thing
apply to red? Because if everybody just picked red, then everybody would live.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you choose red no matter what.
I'm not gonna lie, I get it.
Oh,
Like
gosh.
blue. Oh, this is so
Yes.
in touch
Yeah.
with our topic. Okay, the blue is like the right thing to do, but the red is the smart thing to do.
It is. But I'm trying to think, like, why wouldn't everyone pick blue? Because they just hate certain
'Cause they
people.
would- There's a
there-
risk that
because
people
there's a
will pick
risk. You
red.
don't know
If
that
everyone's
everyone's
gonna-
actually going
yeah.
to pick blue.
But my thing is, if we
So-
pick either
so
or,
the question is, do you want to stand on your morals and potentially die, or stand on logic and definitely live?
And it's
Yes,
also,
like that's so easy.
It also
No.
depends on what you think of humanity. Like,
Exactly.
do you think humanity is more selfish or considerate?
Yes,
definitely,
and that's why I'm
definitely,
like, oh, you
humanity is
sacrifice-
definitely selfish.
Well,
Yeah, but
it is
picking
like
red.
cultural too.
Huh?
So I'd be picking red.
Of course.
I don't trust
Yeah.
these humans.
We should ask other cultures because you know how there's like individualism versus
Okay, in
collectivism.
the comments, what are you guys picking, blue or red? We
Yeah,
want to
I'm
see some
curious, I'm
answers. I want to
curious.
see.
Did you-
Can we do like spin up polls in like chats?
Nah.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, in the comments, let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm not
convinced?
gonna lie. I'm picking red.
No, like I couldn't even like really fathom why anybody would say blue. Like, why would you even think like, well,
Having hope
if
in humanity.
Like, even your logic, I'm like, man, why would I wouldn't even go that far because like, why would I even think about blue if
Because-
there's a chance that I would die.
Some people aren't thinking
Because-
about themselves. People are
Exactly.
thinking about
So-
That's the
So
thing.
you
People aren't
calling
thinking
me
about
selfish?
themselves. Yasmin.
That's
Yasmin,
what
you're-
you heard.
This is not selfish. This is how
That
they.
is
I didn't
selfish.
say the word
No, this is how they
selfish.
get your brain all wrapped up,
That is
and that's
so-
why you guys end up dying because
No,
you're
no,
like,
no.
oh, this, that. No, logic
Nope.
over everything. Red all day.
I'm just explaining why some people would choose blue
yeah,
because they're thinking about others and they don't want there to
Yeah,
be a
if-
risk
if
of people
it's
dying. They
literally-
don't want that.
But why would you think others wouldn't choose red?
Now,
Why would you think others wouldn't choose blue?
they probably
Because
think,
it doesn't make sense.
they probably think
It does
other
make sense.
people-
If
No, it
50% of the
doesn't.
people, it does.
No, if we literally say everybody
Yasmin,
choose red.
if everyone, you can say if everyone picks blue, we all live. And it doesn't even have to be 100%. It could be 50%.
It's like
it could be
100.
51.
Remember, I don't
could
know
be
if you remember in the
50.5.
100 when they were like down in the like basement or whatever, and they're trying to like ration, and everybody like had to vote, but like not everyone. I don't know the exact thing, but it's basically like a show that you kind of
There was a
have
lot
to
of
do
moral stuff in that show.
survival
That's why I
of
loved
like
it.
whatever. But I would say that if I would personally tell everybody to pick red because red guarantees you life no matter what because we cannot control other people. Because some people might pick blue, of course.
Yeah,
So
But
they
as
will.
someone choosing red, you're okay, essentially killing those people.
Exactly.
They wanted to die.
Oh,
Wow.
like to me that's like that's how extreme it would be because I'm like, hey guys, like this is a matter of life or death. If you want to die, choose blue.
But if they're
If you
choosing
wanna-
blue, they probably think that other people think like them, and that's why they're like, why would anybody ever choose red?
But like, why would red not be your default and blue? Like,
They don't want anybody to
do you
die.
understand?
Yes, they
No,
actually care
But
about
red,
other people dying.
But red, you would never die. Do you see what I'm saying? Like
Not-
red, there's never an option to die on red.
I hear what you're
blue,
saying.
You're
there
right.
is an option to die. Why is blue even in our thought process? Because
Because
matter,
wait, yes, but both options can have you to live. So
but
why
one
not?
is 100% and
Okay.
one is 50%. This
Ye-
is like black and white.
I don't even know if it's 50%.
No, you did say
No,
50% of people.
That's the odds, but we don't know if 50% of people will choose that.
oh yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Right.
So, like
Yeah,
for example,
yeah.
in this post, like someone posted this. It looks like I don't know what this is. I don't know what social media it is, but there's a poll.
Yeah.
and there was 104 people that voted.
And they voted blue.
62 said red and 38 said blue.
Dead.
So basically,
Dead.
38 people would have died in this, or 38%
Yeah, in this
of
scenario.
people died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's black and white for me. Sorry.
But again, cultural too, because I think like Western cultures are more
Yeah, they're
individualistic
more-
and selfish.
yeah.
And care more
Save
about
me.
us.
Now, I
so.
will say, because I saw this in multiple places, and the first place I saw this, they didn't have this second part that you're choosing for yourself and your house.
Yeah.
It was just you as an individual choosing. Now, when they added that second part, then I really was like, oh no, I have to choose red, not only just for myself, but now I'm like,
Your
my
family.
wife and potential kid, like they are now under my decision, right? So if I choose blue to
Ooh.
trust in humanity that we're all gonna live, I'm like, oh, I could be killing my family by doing that. So I'm like, I'm choosing red not only for myself, but I want them to live too.
So right
Yeah,
now, CJ,
yes.
you would be gone because there's three
Whoa,
reds and
let's
one
back
blue.
up for it. I never said I was choosing. Never said I was choosing blue.
Okay, I apologize. I apologize. You did not,
Oh, wait.
You did not say
I never
that.
gave a color. I was just playing devil's advocate.
Sorry. I got
But-
too passionate. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
fine. You're fine. You're fine. But no, like think about this. Okay, think about the people you're closest with in your family. If they were presented with this, what do you think they would choose? Like remove yourself outside of it, Yaz. You guys don't have to say like what they would choose or whatever, but just think about it internally. Like, oh, my mom would choose this, or my dad would choose that. Like, or knowing them.
I think it also depends on if you get a chance to like discuss it, because I think when I first heard the question,
Yaz is like, no, we're
I
all doing
wanted
right.
to choose blue. I wanted to choose blue, and then I was talking about it with my
Really?
family. Yes,
Oh, so you already saw this?
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
See?
because she has hope in
But
humanity.
she said she had a discussion, so I mean.
And then I was like, oh yeah, like red makes more sense. But like
Missed you,
my
your
heart,
brother?
yeah, how'd you
I
know?
just-
He's going some
Statistically speaking.
Makes sense.
Like
It
actually,
makes
you're
sense.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody.
But let's look in the comments.
Sorry, blue.
Yeah, that's.
Let's look in the comments here.
All right, what are
So,
people saying?
Melinda said red. Okay, Melly. Is CJ playing devil's advocate? Yes, I was playing devil's advocate. Gavin said, I choose blue. Yes, adding the
I respect
family
that,
makes
Gavin.
the decision harder. I can trust society for myself. I won't have the same level of trust in my family's life in my hand. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so-
definitely adds a
little
to
layer.
it.
I just
Individual
know my mom is
family.
gonna choose. Just know
Blue?
my mom was. Yes, she's so
Hey. To
passionate.
save
Yeah, to
everybody?
save everyone. I just know my mom, my grandma, probably they're gonna choose blue.
If only we could all choose blue, but I know
I'm not-
But that's
If
what I'm saying.
only.
Yeah, right.
people they would
only.
choose red, so I'd have
You
to
had to
choose
be
red.
convinced, and that's sad.
No,
That's by your family.
No, I realized that people can't be trusted. Like, yeah.
You can't trust me. This is what you're saying.
Basically. If it was me or your ass,
Yo,
yes.
I'm
Like,
red
people
all
are
day. I'm
gonna
gonna get a
choose-
red bandana, everything. Like you'll know what I did. Well, you might not, but you might not.
yo, that's wild.
That is a good
Nah, that was good, Dre. That was
because it
good.
does show like kind of what we will talk about, but like how everybody does think differently and move differently. Because I don't feel like I'm selfish for picking red, but like somebody else could see that as selfishness because they're like, why won't you just do the right thing for like everybody? But I'm like thinking more of the logical,
Yeah.
like if everybody can live, why wouldn't you choose the guarantee that you would live instead of putting it in like fate and I guess in humanity, like you were saying. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Which one is more Christ-like?
What?
Ooh, which one is
We're
more
not
Christ-like?
talking about that.
Oh,
Yeah, I said now you added extra
Not
layers.
gonna lie, we're not supposed to commit suicide, and I feel like choosing blue. I'm just throwing my life
onto
away.
something.
I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like
Yo, y'all are
I'm
funny.
just like, well,
Wait, whoa. Wait. Didn't Christ sacrifice himself
that's
for
not
humanity?
That's not what this. That's not what this is.
All
That's not
right.
what this
Nah,
is.
that's wild,
That's
bro.
not what this
That's
is.
wild.
He said, "I'm gonna die so you can live."
I thought
This is I'm dying, and everybody else that make this decision is dying too.
I thought it was more. Sorry, I thought it was more of a scenario where like there's like some stakes, more stakes. Like, let's say like
Talking about Squid Games? Like,
if
what's going on?
everybody, yeah, like almost like if you have a bunch of food over here, but like if half people do this, like what would you do? Almost like survival things instead of like living or dying. I thought it was gonna be more stakes involved because that
Oh, like
stakes,
not as final as
besides
death.
like your family and stuff. But I'm like stakes do change people's mind too, and I think that's where I automatically jump to red because I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want to have any
Also,
other
if
factors.
it
Yeah.
was something less severe or less permanent as death,
Yeah,
you might be like,
exactly.
well,
Like,
let me
it's worth
maybe
it.
I can
It's
trust.
worth it. Yeah.
Maybe I can trust humanity.
Permanent.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good. That's a good point.
Yeah.
that would
maybe we
change
should
some things.
create more people that would choose blue.
Oh.
Or
Raise up blue people.
Yeah.
Raise up a.
Raise up a nation of blue people. All right.
So this was telling. This was telling.
Oh.
Do not be in the apocalypse.
With yes.
I didn't say it.
Or maybe you should. Maybe you'll survive. You'll survive.
Trust me.
Until
Until
Play this
it's
video
you and
back.
it's you and her.
Play this-
Until it's you and her.
well,
Yes,
yeah,
jumping
you
over that
gotta-
fence and not
you
reaching
gotta
back.
keep-
Yes, help. Nope.
Risk my life.
yeah, it's like, why didn't you climb over? the
Right,
fence?
exactly. I climbed just like you did.
Hey, that's not nice. I am nice, but
Ooh,
not all
really?
the time.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
nice little
So-
segue.
Yeah.
Right, because the first thing I wanted to ask you guys, so we're gonna go to our main topic, the problem with nice. So this was birthed from a video I saw where this guy was talking about the difference between being nice and being good. And even just hearing those two, I would have thought they were pretty synonymous, but he was making this distinction. So when you guys think about yourself, before we go into the distinction between these two, do you feel like you would that you would describe yourself as nice or good? Like which one feels more natural to you to describe yourself as?
Are we like removing the Bible out of this right now? Because
Yeah,
you know the
we're all
verse is like,
sinners.
oh,
We're all sinners,
we're
you know.
right. Like
Yeah,
the only
yeah,
one
yeah.
is Jesus is like the only person that's good is the Father. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So, I would say good. I really believe in my morals. So, yeah.
I definitely I am a good person because I am not nice all the time. I know that. Anybody who's watching who may know me, I can just be myself.
She's like,
I'm just myself.
You gotta average it out.
Yeah, like nice, mean, balance of life.
Okay.
But what CJ said, I feel like that personally because like I have a lot of principles that I like stand by, and I feel like that is what equals good because once you have like a foundation, you never like stray away from that.
Okay.
But nice, I feel like you up and down. Like I could be nice, I could be mean, I could be whatever. So I feel like I'm good.
I wish I was good, but I think one day I'll be good. But right now, I'm still nice.
Right now, you're nice. Yeah, I think for me, I would say nice as well.
This is
I was gonna say
we split the room.
I thought you were gonna say good.
And literally, my next sentence was gonna be like, I feel like people would describe me
describe you as good. Yeah,
I would describe myself more as nice because I think good is something that's like innate in you, or like you are good. You do. Yeah. But nice is more something you portray. And for me, knowing myself, intimately, I know that I have a deep core people-pleasing background. So I know that a lot of things in me is more portrayal. And if I'm being very raw and honest here, when they say like, what you do when no one's watching, that's like your character.
Yeah.
I'm like, if there was no one watching, would I do the actual good thing? And when I think about that a lot of times, if I'm being honest, I'm like, probably not. There's no consequences?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know if my morals are of that sound. Now, working on that, Gotta change,
absolutely.
But like, my default isn't to do the good thing. I'm not like, now, if someone's watching me, yes, I'm going to be nice. Gonna be nice. There's no question about it.
Someone is always watching.
Oh,
that someone
is the most important person too.
The most important person. Yeah, But yeah, so for me, I would say nice for myself.
Okay. All right.
So, and it sounds like
Plot twist.
from how we're talking about things that there is a preference of like good is the better option. Like if you could choose, like, well, should I be nice or should I be good? We're choosing good.
Wait, are you saying what the preference is?
Yeah, I'm just saying from how we were just talking about this, it seemed like nice was the like the inferior one, and good is where we want to be. Is that, did I get that right, or am I?
I don't know.
I wouldn't say inferior.
But based off the video, like I watched it, obviously.
Yeah.
I know you probably are gonna segue more into it, but yeah, basically that would be it.
Yeah, in a sense.
And why is that? What is the? Okay, actually, let me ask this: how would you define nice, and how would you define good?
Well, I was gonna ask you. I was like, the way you were talking, it's like almost like nice is fake.
No,
not necessarily. But so that's why let's define it.
Well, I didn't ask. I made a statement, but I'm like, because you're like, if I'm doing this, I'm only kind of doing it because I know X, Y, and Z.
Well, I would say I think it's a facet of being nice. It would be fake, but it's not all encompassing. I don't think everybody that's nice is fake.
Yeah.
I think that's a part of being nice. Like for the reason I said nice, because I know I'm a people pleaser, and I know that falls under being nice. You need to be nice so that you please people so that like people will like you. You know? That's a part of it, but that's not the whole thing.
I think when I think of good, I think of God, and not everything that he does is good, but we don't always see it as good. So it may not always look good or appear good, but it is. So
that's good.
That's kind of that's kind of how I was defining it. Is I probably always lean towards the thing that like feels nice or feels good or looks good, but may not inherently or foundationally be good.
Yeah, so I would say nice would be kind of leaving people up to their own devices in a sense, or just pleasing them for whatever it is that they're doing, even though it might be detrimental. and then being good is kind of stepping in, despite them wanting to, do self-sabotage in a sense, to try to save them in a sense, right? I don't think there's anything bad about trying to better someone in a sense, right? So
That actually makes me think about this post I saw about like East Coast versus West Coast. Like they were like, oh, like East Coast is like kind but not nice. Like or like West Coast, like
They're
they'll see
nice.
you, they're nice but not kind. Like they'll see you with a flat tire and be like, aw, and then like keep walking, and like East Coast will like cuss you out but then change your tire. Like, so I feel like that could be
That's it too.
related.
that's nice.
So Keenan said, "Nice is usually people's portrayal of a perspective of a person. Another person would describe someone else as nice. We wouldn't describe a person as good."
Yeah.
And yeah,
I wouldn't
You'll
say,
be like, that's a
this
good
person
guy.
is good. Like I never.
You know
say
when
that.
you
I'll
would say that?
One.
If you're talking to your friend that's a girl and you're describing a guy, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, no, he's a good guy.
That's a good man,
Oh, not a
Savannah.
nice guy.
Yeah.
That's a good man, Savannah.
You want
man.
a good guy, not a
Some
nice
people
guy.
good man
say,
right
oh,
there.
he's a really nice guy.
And
Yeah,
that's
but,
different.
like, that is different.
They will say that, but that's different. They're like, oh, he's
Yeah.
nice.
That's a
No,
good
like,
man.
He's a good man. Like, he
There's a
got
difference.
me.
Yeah.
That's
a good
like,
man.
Oh yeah, like we're probably not gonna last that long.
Yeah.
Like, he's nice. He'll treat you nice.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, you're right.
And then there's the good man. You know what? That's true. They don't even say nice man. They say nice guy and good man. Like, that's good man.
Look
It's
at
a
you.
good man.
You're deep. That was
Man,
I
that's
didn't
crazy.
know. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this your mom?
I don't
Gadget
know.
I
mom?
invited her. Hopefully she's on.
I think it is.
Apparently, her and Yaz are Instagram friends.
Yeah,
Oh.
we are.
Welcome.
We are invited her on.
She said, in my opinion, nice people typically want everyone to like them, so they go out of their way to please. A good person will make the right moral decision regardless of who likes it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gavin said, I'd prefer to deal with a good person than a nice person. Nice is superficial. Good is deep character, and they'll do what is right. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's why I say I'm good.
Yeah. I
Actually.
can see that.
Yeah.
You get
But I
what?
feel like it's kind of weird to say it. Oh, can you hear me or no? Sorry.
I mean,
Well,
I can hear you.
Right, we can hear you. That might be a question
I know.
for Keenan. Can you hear your wife?
I'm kind of too far from the mic. But I think I'm projecting, so I hope I'm fine. But I don't want to sound like narcissist when I say it because I'm like, oh, I do have like fundamental like deep values. I mean, from when I was a kid. So I'm like, oh, I'm like this with everybody, even my parents.
That's
So
true.
I'm like, oh, this is like something innate in me.
No,
So
I believe it.
If I
do
like
believe it.
switch, kind of like code switch almost, I'm like, yeah, like I'm not me. I'm somebody else.
I think it.
And I don't want it to sound like weird, like, oh, you guys are bad
No.
type of thing, right?
That would be
Because-
if I had some kind of insecurity. Then you saying
Yeah,
that,
but
I'm
somebody
immediately
may.
like, yeah, but
Anybody,
that has nothing to do
sorry.
with you.
Yeah.
Well, no, you have to see this is good.
I feel
You
like
have
you're trying to be nice.
No, I'm not.
There she is.
No, I really do care about making sure that people may not feel a certain way. Like I will say, oh, hey, like, oh,
Well, more so now. You didn't
yes,
used to.
yes,
That is gross.
but the good started growing.
Right.
There you go.
Exactly. But anyways, you guys can you can keep talking.
Keenan says, I agree with Gadget Mom and Gavin.
Gadget mom. Oh, that's your mom.
Melinda says, I agree. Me too, yes.
So I wrote, nice is often about perception. So how others feel about us in the moment. And good is about character. So it's who we are when it costs us something. Because everybody can do the right thing when it doesn't cost you anything, when it's beneficial. It's beneficial. You obviously
Right.
have to do that. But when it's not the easy choice to make, or it's going to cost you something, then will you still be good? Will you still do that? Now, so the video that sparked this, it was it was a video of traffic, and this guy slows down and he lets in someone that's trying to turn onto the main road, and the narrator of the video is basically saying like, oh, this guy is being nice. He's letting this person in. But what he doesn't realize is that like doing the nice thing here is actually causing traffic. You know,
Traffic in the
not,
behind, yeah.
It's not the good thing to do. It's just the nice thing to do. And so he basically talks about how the goal shouldn't be nice, it should be good. And he talks about, you know, when Jesus was here, he wasn't nice, he was good. So he's like, you know, good will call out people when they need to be called out. Good will get passionate and loud when, you know, things need to be addressed. You know, he's like, good will flip tables, good will call out the Pharisees, good will, you know, all these things that Jesus did. He wasn't just trying to make everyone like him.
Yeah.
He knew certain things he was gonna say were gonna upset people, but they were the right things to say. And so that's what he did. And so his point was that as Christians, that should be our goal, us being good, not being nice. And there's Jesus actually said this. It's Luke 6:26. He says, "Woe to you when everyone speaks well of you." Now I thought that was interesting because, right? I told you
That
I'm
person's
a
so nice.
I'm a
There
people
it is.
pleaser.
Right.
That is what I want. I want everyone to speak well of me. And Jesus is like, "Woe to you, bro!" Like,
You're fake.
if everyone's speaking well of you, man, like, so that really had me like, really in a like reflective mindset, trying to figure out, okay, is that such a bad thing? Like, is that such a bad thing to care about my perception that I am well perceived by others?
Oh, well, this is. Well, I was gonna ask something from before, but I was like, oh, what in somebody will like make them want to be a people pleaser? Because I don't have that, and I'm like, oh, I don't know how other people have that. Like, what? Or how is the feeling that you get when it's like, oh yeah, when I see somebody else, I want to make this person happy? Because the only way I would say that I would relate to that is if it's somebody that I'm like really, really close with. Like obviously, like let's say your husband or your wife, probably your parents, maybe even your sibling, right? But like other than that, like as you meet people throughout your life, I'm like, I may not even know you next year. Like, of course, I would want you to think, of course, I would want you to have like a good first maybe impression. But if it's just not working out in that sense, I'm like, okay, we just weren't meant to be like friends, or we just weren't meant to be acquaintances. But if we are, then everything would just go together, because I wouldn't have to put myself, I guess, in a position to make you be happy.
Yeah. So that's a good question. I was gonna get there, but let's do it now.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
My
It's perfect.
brain is moving.
It's perfect. She's reading the track of things. What are the origins of people pleasing? And in the comments, let us know what you guys think. What do you think fashions this in a person? Is it something that's innate? Is it their childhood? Is it certain behaviors? Is it gender? Is it like what you guys think the origins of this is?
I would definitely say it can definitely stem from things that happen in your childhood. Maybe people weren't nice to you, so you want to please others. It wasn't done to you, so you want to do it. Pretty much kind of like the opposite, right? So you need to please people. Or maybe that your parents might had always made you to feel some need to have some kind of accomplishment or chase something, right? Like, so you want to please people in a sense. So there's multiple different factors that can stem from that, to where you kind of internalize that to say, oh, I need to have a good perception of myself, and people need to have a good perception of me, so I'm not looked in a negative light, in a sense, with it.
I think two things I can think of in instances where I've felt like I was like being a people pleaser. One is just to avoid conflict, and like that can just be very uncomfortable. And I guess, you know, like anybody can empathize with that. And then just also a sense of like obligation to, like, I would rather sacrifice myself to like give you everything that you need, and I feel like I'm supposed to. Like, I feel like that's what I should do, like as a good friend, as a good family member. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do, is sacrifice myself, or or give you what you need, even at my own
On your own
sacrifice.
risk.
Yeah.
So Gavin says, people pleasing personality is a trauma response, which is different from wanting to please someone. Gadget Mom says, definitely starts with childhood.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. A lot of these type of behaviors, and people pleasing is one of them. I think it does stem from childhood. And kind of you touched on a little bit, CJ, with like the people that are groomed through accomplishments. That's the time where they get their parents' attention and stuff.
Yeah.
So they learned, oh, I need to be accomplishing something to gain attention. You know, that's the response they
Gain love.
gain love.
Love.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Because that's what all kids are. That's what all people, period, are searching for. But I think also it can come from, basically that if you're searching for love, and it doesn't have to be accomplishment based, but you learned that when you sacrificed yourself to make someone else happy, then you received acceptance, you received love. So, and then you were taught the opposite side of that. If you didn't meet that person's need, if you didn't, if you weren't nice, if you weren't,
You weren't a good person.
exactly, then you weren't going to receive love. You weren't going to have connection. You weren't going to have what you were looking for. So then in all your interactions, even if what you were saying, Yaz, you were like, oh, I would care about, the opinions of those that are in my close circle. Even if it is a stranger, or even with someone outside of that, you're still seeking that connection. It feels like you need it. You need their approval. You need you need to be connected to them somehow. And so if you don't do this, then you won't have that connection. So I think that is a like what Gavin said, like a trauma response where you're desperately seeking connection everywhere.
Validation,
and it doesn't even matter if it's a stranger, if it's someone close to you, if it's a teacher, if it's a coworker, if it's a boss, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
And I think that's I was gonna ask, is like people pleasing always something like this, like a trauma response, or can it ever be virtuous, like genuinely virtuous, that you just want to please others?
Well, I think it is both, because like some people just want to do things for others to say, oh yeah, I did this for you. They may not always say it, but in your own, I guess in your own thoughts, like, hey, I did this for this person. I did this for this person. I did this, or like, I would even say, I feel like sometimes it might be more virtuous than trauma, honestly. Because obviously everybody does go through trauma, but people pleasing is maybe a small, how would I say this? Like a small result, but like there is something bigger than the people pleasing part. Like that's a branch of something else. So that's why I would say it's more virtuous than the trauma. I don't know if that you guys are
I
on
get what
the
you're
same
saying.
wavelength.
Like the act of what they're doing isn't necessarily about pleasing that person. It's just overall them just fulfilling a need in a sense.
Yeah, I think it is more about yourself, obviously. It's not about actually doing, and I guess that's where the nice and good still comes in. Because it's not really about doing the thing or pleasing the actual other person. It's about
doing
you.
that.
The feeling that
specific.
You're getting like, oh yes, like I'm doing this. Some people don't even, well, like let's say for me, sometimes people may do stuff for me and I'm like, oh, like, thanks. But like for some people that like, no, like I did this for you.
Do you not understand?
I'm like, okay, like
Sacrificed.
this is like a factory setting. Like this is what, for me, I'm like, oh, this is kind of a norm. Like people do this.
You were just doing
So
what you do.
yeah.
But
you-
not everybody does that. So
Right. So do you feel sometimes that can be like held over your head? Like, oh, I did this, kind of like what you were saying earlier. I did this for you. I did that for you. I did that for you. You feel like sometimes people can like just hang that over your head?
yes, a lot of people do that because sometimes it's like people give and they don't really give they don't give
Without
to just
expecting
Anything
they
in return.
want something back, because if you like, let's say it's reverse and then you need something and they don't, now you're mad. You're like, wow, I did this for you. I've always, and there's a balance, because obviously if you have that respect and level of, I guess, deep, what's the word, like emotional intelligence, you'll be like, hey, I know this person did this, like, I'll go and do this. Like the airport thing, we've talked about that, and it's like, oh, if somebody takes you to the airport, do you feel like you have to pick the person up? And I said no. But I was like, because if I'm asking you to do something, I'm not expecting that you will do it for me. I'm just like, if you're busy, like, okay, I'll find a ride. But some people are like, no, like no matter what, I am gonna get you because you took me to the airport one time or whatever. So yeah, anyways, I think a lot of things just like circle back to you, and that is where the biggest problem is, because when you put yourself at like the center of everything, you aren't thinking about others truly.
If you put yourself in the center of things, you aren't thinking about others. So pretty much just being, well,
selfish.
No pun intended. Self-centered.
Self-centered.
Right. Self-centered.
I know it's like a really tricky. It's really tricky because
nice
obviously
little...
there's like nuance, and I'm not talking about like the extreme thing. I'm just talking about like the
let's not
non-nuanced version.
Extreme.
Yeah.
So, okay,
that
makes sense.
If anybody has anything to say to that.
No, I'm trying to think, right? Because I mean, I wrote that question. I'm like thinking about it. Like, is there like not a truly altruistic people out there that are just like, I think of like even like grandmas. They just like doing nice things. Just
they do.
Like,
I feel like they just
so
love
that you
doing
can visit them.
I think maybe that it's not.
Well, there's nothing. Well,
what if I'm already visiting them? They're just like.
Wouldn't people pleasing be like
just
doing
joking.
things even though you don't want to do it?
No,
so like what you're talking about is like, oh, like they're doing nice things because they want to do the nice things. Like it's not about like people pleasing. I guess that's how I would think.
Maybe everyone, it's different. It's different definitions.
You can get to the same result and have a different motivation.
Actions,
Like you can and that's where this can get like really tricky.
Yeah.
If you are a people pleaser and then you're trying to like work on it, then you start questioning like, well, what should I do in this what would I do in this situation if I wasn't a people pleaser? Because it's possible I would still want to do this, but it's also possible not, So for example, with work, right? I would want every patient to leave liking me, right? Now, there are some times where I will go to lengths to make that happen, and that might be people pleasing, but that could also be said like, no, Andre's just trying to like go the length for his patient because that's what a good doctor would do. Yeah. Right, exactly. So it's like, well, are there not truly, genuinely virtuous, altruistic people who aren't doing this with an ulterior motive or just because they're people pleasing? Or is that always the case? Is it always that it's about you? Why you're
I would
being
say like 75% of the time.
Well, that you're doing nice things about, and it's about you.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
I do think
I've been thinking about it. I'm like, man.
And let me know. Because I think that's...
we have some more comments in the chat.
Yeah, ask the people.
So Danielle says, people pleasing is an anxious response, fear of rejection. Keenan says, ma'am, you need to take that person to the airport.
He was the one.
Poor Keenan.
Wow. Your husband.
He's
That's
taking
crazy.
you to the airport. How
No.
many times?
He was the one who raised the question. But because he did, I do take him to the airport if he needs to.
Well, y'all both fly last, so I mean, y'all better. If one stops taking the other, that's a dangerous spot to be in.
Danielle says, I agree, Yaz. They give, but they're quick to remind you what they did for you. Gadget Mom says, it's all about presenting a certain image. Phaedra says, I can certainly relate to Andre. Being nice can be exhausting. Once you live that way, it's always expected and people can take advantage of your kindness.
That's true.
Yes,
Gavin says, people who give and require you to acknowledge it or pay it back are not people pleasers. Those are people with narcissistic traits.
Wow.
Way,
that's
Walande.
deep.
like that extreme. Okay. Well,
Gavin said, "Nah, I'm taking it."
Maybe we do have to like categorize it. Like there's people pleasers. They're doing things even though they don't want to do it. Then there's people who like think it's like transactional and like I'm doing it and I expect you to do it
something
for
Make
me.
me some credit here.
And there's people who
Yeah,
are
right,
gonna throw
right.
it in your face. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I could expect that you do it for me and never say it. You know, there's you would never
Okay, yeah.
know.
Guess there's 3 categories.
Yeah, there's a few different things.
But
I
guess-
do think
Oh, no, sorry, go ahead.
I do think like specifically when I think of people pleasing, like it has to be, like the scenario has to be something that you would not want to do otherwise, because that's a differentiator. It's like the motivation behind it. Like the reason I'm doing it, even though I don't actually want to, is, you know, like
To make you happy.
to get that feeling. You know, that like you appreciate me, that you accept me, that you love me. Like I'm doing it so that I can receive that from you, not because like I genuinely want to do this.
Yeah.
So I think that's my definition of people pleasing.
Melinda says that's why it's important to be good and set boundaries.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's why I personally want to be good. Like I appreciate when I speak to people who are authentic and I know exactly what I'm getting. So I would want to be that for other people. Like my yes 100% means yes.
Yes, and
Because
your
like
no means no.
I struggle with asking other people for help, because I'm like, what if they help me but they don't actually want to help me, you know? So if I were to be that person, then I could trust others to know like, oh, like your yes actually means yes because my yes actually means yes. So
what you're saying is, if I ask you for help, but you may not actually want to help me,
yeah, I'll still help you.
but if I ask you for help, or if you ask me for help, and if I say no, you know, like I actually don't want, or if I say yes, I do want to help you, not because.
Well, you, yeah, and
that's
I
what I'm saying
appreciate that
me.
about
Like,
you, yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, because if I will
true.
say no.
Exactly,
I'll be
and
like,
I
I
know what
can't
I'm
do
gonna
it.
get.
That
Yeah.
is true.
Oh my goodness, that's
Yeah.
really like hard.
Wait,
No, I'm like,
Just like, what a life.
No, I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm like, dang, like if you really can't like separate things, sometimes it becomes a lot on you.
Well, I've been saying no
Well,
this
yeah.
year,
Well,
so
man.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like scary, you know. Like, are you
it's
gonna
beautiful.
be
No,
okay
everything is
with
good
that?
though,
Like,
right?
are
Yeah.
you still gonna love me?
If they're truly your
Oh my
friend,
goodness,
if they're
yes.
truly your
No.
friend, they're gonna love
We
you.
need freedom from that. Break it.
It's great. I've
Break
been
it.
saying no. I said
Break
it one
it,
time, and I was like,
rechain.
"Oh, this is nice."
Didn't have to go through that because I
Yeah.
said no.
Just
No.
no, thank you.
There you
Powerful.
go.
Thanks for
There you
thinking
go.
of me.
Oh yeah.
So let's turn it spiritually. How can people pleasing affect us spiritually?
Oh my goodness, easy.
Tell me.
Like when you start putting what other people are giving you above what like God can give you, that's already like on you're on a bad.
Okay.
I may be saying like words that are maybe too rough, so I don't mean it like
No, what do you
Fine.
bad.
say? What it,
Really,
Yeah, say what
I
you need to
just
say.
wanna-
Conversation.
Yeah, I
We
just
did.
want to
This is a
make sure
podcast.
that nobody gets, super offended. But like, it really puts you on like a playing field where it's like you do care about what others do more than what God
Yeah.
says or has for you, right? So if you're just like, hey, I want this person to really like me. God is like, I don't even want this person in your life.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
That part.
it's like
Yikes.
that deep, right?
Yeah.
But like we're pushing and like, hey, no, like I'm gonna do this for this person, this person, this person, and God is like, no, like
Right.
I need you to go however
Make
much
a
is-
180,
Yeah.
180.
I was gonna say
Not 360. You're gonna be like in the same spot.
however much you want to go, right?
Yeah.
But God wants us to turn away, and it's like, no, I have something bigger in store for you. So it is like so serious when we kind of are people pleasers, and I would say I wouldn't want a lot of people to like break away from that because
Yeah.
they're,
Yeah.
and it's almost like how you guys are talking. It's like for me when I hear, I'm like, you guys are like in chains almost.
It
and
is.
it's like you want to be free from that. Like you want to be able to say no. You want to be able to like go to bed and not oh my goodness, did I like offend this person? It's like, no, you could just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Then wake up the next
Not
day.
thinking about it. Just
Not
don't-
thinking about
so
it. Yaz is not losing any sleep. Just so you know.
No, unless it's really bad. And like I said, it depends. But most times I'm going right to bed. But I really do pray for everyone who's, struggling with people pleasing, because you will just have to say, like, what does God want from me to either give to people, because it may not be like people pleasing.
It might not
honestly.
be something that will make them feel good.
Yeah, exactly. It might be the good, like, hey, no, like, you need to stop smoking. Like, smoking is gonna kill you, type of thing. So
Lung cancer. All that
yeah,
stuff,
like,
right?
so sometimes we really just, I would say, have God as our center to make sure that we are asking him what he wants us to do. And most of the time, I do not think it's people pleasing, obviously, but we need to kind of seek that guidance.
Do you feel like we pour a lot more into people than we kind of should, or even into the wrong people? A lot of the times, kind of like the scenario you brought up where God is saying, I don't ever want you around that person, but meanwhile you're trying to pour.
But God, if I do this
That's
thing,
deep.
Yeah, but if I
Like,
do
I
this,
like
God,
that.
they'll like me. You know?
they're gonna be upset.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're not gonna like me, and then I gotta lose sleep. Meanwhile, Yaz is snoring.
I don't snore. But go ahead.
Keenan, can you verify?
Put in the comments.
Go ahead. And play
But
that video.
Video is crazy.
Is there
okay,
such
wow.
thing- So your question was if we're pouring too much into people?
No, so kind of like what Yaz was saying, where she said, God doesn't even want you to, even be around that person. But meanwhile, you're just constantly pouring into that person for them to like you in return and pleasing them. I was just saying, do you feel like that's a lot? That situation, does that happen more often than not when it comes to people pleasing?
Oh, okay. I got you. I don't know. Possibly. I actually don't have the answer for that one.
I, person to person, probably.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say about people pleasing, though, when it comes to like spiritually, as I think that, especially at a younger age, it can be one of the main things that gets you to stray. So, like in my experience, grew up in the church and everything, had a great foundation. When I go to college now, and it seems like, to be accepted,
To fit in.
Yeah.
exactly, then it's like, the foundation didn't matter as much. You're willing to do X, do Y, do Z, because it's going to allow people to like you, for you to be accepted, for you to have this connection with other people. So I think in a spiritual sense, people pleasing can be something that literally leads you down
Astray,
the wrong
yeah.
path, right? Because most times, unfortunately, people are going to draw you away from God, especially if you're not intentional about the people that you're trying to, quote unquote, please. But that's why people shouldn't be that focal point. It should be God. That's the focal point. And I heard someone say that people pleasing was a form of idolatry,
That makes sense.
Yes.
because it's like
Of
you're
people or of yourself.
either one.
What?
Because it's like you could say of other people because you're putting other people's opinion of you over God's opinion of you, but you could also say yourself because you're caring about the feeling that you get from other people versus the feeling that God can give you, right? But either way, it's putting something in front of God.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
we
think
got.
knowing your. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, that reminded me of like our devotionals with Pace, and he talked about like identity and just like knowing like, okay, you don't have to be a people pleaser. I guess I'm talking to myself because
Why do you
no,
say
because
that?
I'm like, you don't have to be a people pleaser because like God already loves you. He already
Right,
made
right,
you
right.
imperfection.
Everything.
Like, like you can't. Well, this is debatable. You can't disappoint me, but like that's
Pretty much.
but you know your identity in Christ.
That's
Then
funny.
you don't need to seek that validation from other people because
Yeah.
you already know who you are.
So some more comments. Michael Thomas says, I don't do anything unless I want to. He said, I'm not pleasing anybody.
Amen.
There you go.
Melinda says,
Energy.
people like to say you're mean if you say no, but they oftentimes just don't like that you're not pleasing them. Yep. Phaedra says, trying saying no sometimes to one who usually takes advantage and always have expectations. They will now think you're the devil.
Yeah.
And that's a problem with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's something that I personally had to learn is like, okay, if I said no and you kind of like blew that out of proportion, like that's my fear, but also that's a problem with you. That wasn't like not me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Melinda says, I try to be aware of when people just tell me yes to please me because I also don't want someone helping me if they don't want to.
Right.
So if I sense it like, ask, are you sure? It's okay to say no.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Gavin says, like Phaedra said, people pleasing results in being taken advantage of, and that leads to bitterness. Danielle says, yes, just go to sleep.
I see the quotes because you told me to sleep.
Phaedra says, I think once you've identified and differentiate the difference between being good and being nice, then you will not feel bad saying no.
Yep, exactly.
Danielle says, I feel so drained when I've people pleased.
It's true.
And Michael says, you should not do things for people to like. For me, as long as I'm not causing anyone to miss heaven, I don't care if someone doesn't like me. Yo, Michael. I hear you, Michael.
I think that's Mike.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good mindset to have, honestly.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not straining someone away from heaven.
Mm-hmm.
You don't gotta like me. I feel like that's how Jesus was. He's like, you don't gotta like me, you Pharisees, and you this and that. But
Yeah, but
I'll
I'm
let you
like,
know.
Jesus
Right.
was not a people pleaser, though. Like,
no,
He was not.
he
was not.
wasn't. Yeah.
was not.
So
He was
I'm
not.
like,
He was not.
he is our example, right?
Very
If
few
we're
people-
gonna
very
talk
few
our
people liked him.
spiritual Side, he is our example. So if he wasn't doing it, like, what makes us think that we should be doing that? Obviously, like I hear from the comments, like, you don't want to say no, or sometimes people could harass you. Like, even if you say no, people still harass you, even if you always say no. So it's like, imagine when you're always saying yes, and then you tell them no one time. Oh my goodness, you're probably like blowing their whole world apart. But with the Jesus as our example, like all the disciples, and I mean, even from the disciples, they weren't people, like, as they kept going down, from my recollection, they weren't people pleasers really.
man, I don't think they were
either.
people
They were-
pleasers to
Yeah,
begin
yeah,
with.
to begin with.
They was over
So
here
that-
like the children trying to get to Jesus. Get away from Jesus.
So yeah, we just have to keep that at the forefront, because obviously, like, being just in society, it's very easy to want to be liked, and it's very
especially
easy.
with social media. Like,
Especially now when you
yeah.
just see everything and you're like, well, I want to have this, I want to have that. I mean, like, I see people's houses, I'm like, oh, I want to live in a house like this.
with
I
cancel
wanna,
culture and all that stuff.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nope, I'm going to be myself, because, like,
We're not losing sleep, yes. Come on now.
we're not losing sleep. And if you do have a problem, any of you guys here, you could talk to me directly and we could have a conversation about it. Because then I don't have to please you. Skip what I'm saying. You just go. You could just transition.
All right. So I want to ask another question on the spiritual side of things. And it's funny that you mentioned the disciples, Yaz, because I was going to ask, like, does people pleasing affect our ability to share the gospel?
Yes, because it's watered down. Sometimes it could be watered down. Like,
Yeah.
some things are I feel like I'm talking a lot. Sorry, people. But I'm like, some things are just black and white. But if we start people pleasing, that's where the gray comes in. Because it's like, oh, well, I have to think about
Not
them,
offending,
and I have to
yeah.
think about them. And then I'm like, oh, well, like, maybe I have to. And there is tact. Tact is different
Yeah.
from people pleasing and, like, sharing. But I was like, if you're doing it just so that the other person could feel the message is good, like, that's
Yeah.
not our job. Like, God doesn't require us to do that. Like, He
Right.
will do that, right?
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think you can't because things get to middle ground.
To your point, I feel like you paraphrased a Bible verse. So Galatians 1:10, it says, "Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? If I were still trying to please people, literally people pleasing, I would not be a servant of Christ."
Exactly.
Because they're saying if I want to be a people pleaser, I would not be a servant of Christ. That's Paul. So I would agree. Honestly, if you're going to be a people pleaser, it'll be hard to share the gospel because although the gospel is good news, in following Christ, there are some not so pleasing things that will happen to you. There are some not so pleasing facts of the walk of Christ. You know, he says you have to pick up your cross and follow me. It's not going to always look pretty. It's not going to always be sunshine and roses. Sometimes you're going to have to go through hard things. Sometimes I'm going to call you to do hard things. Sometimes it's not going to feel good.
Yeah.
I have to put you through the fire to grow you. Like, none of that is great, but it's still the truth. And like, he still calls us to tell people that, not just the good things, not just the things that sound great.
What do you guys think some things are nowadays that people say to people please from a, I guess, Christian perspective, that you guys are seeing right now?
So, you know, those statements that, I don't know if you ever seen it, they were like, oh, like popular statements that we say and they're like, oh, that's not biblical. I think those are some of those people pleasing statements. So I don't remember all of them, but one of them that I remember is that, oh, he'll never put more on you than you can bear. They're like, that's not biblical. Like, that's not biblical at all. But it sounds great, and it definitely makes me feel good. But I think those type of things that Christians may say can be a form of like people pleasing because it sounds good, like, but it may not actually be the truth.
Be the actual truth.
Right.
I guess I had like a similar question because I'm trying to think like practically
Yeah.
in real life, like what are some scenarios where like you would have to be like more Christ-like or good
Yeah.
versus nice? Like what would that look like? Can you guys think of any?
Yeah, I was trying to think.
So a simple one or the easy one, the one that quickly comes to mind is like when you have to call out your part of these details, but the story's the same. Part of these details, but the story's the same.
Yeah.
She was like playing like secular music in the car, like trap music. They were cursing all this stuff, and her friend was like, "What are you listening to? Like, what is that?" And she's like, "Oh, like I just wanted to listen to some blah 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 today or whatever." She's like, "Girl, you know that's not what we listen to." She's like that. She basically called her friend out, like corrected her, and they have that relationship. She was talking a little bit rough, but you could tell they have that kind of relationship. That's something where you could have just gone the people pleasing route of being like, "Oh, like, okay, that's what we're gonna listen to." Okay. But
That's
she
the
was like,
vibe you
"Oh
feeling."
no, like."
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. We gotta address this. Shut this down. So something like that, when you have to like call someone out, it doesn't always feel good or look good or sound good, but it is the good thing to do.
So pretty much kind of like music. Are there any other like topics like that's pretty relevant right now that some people might be, I guess, afraid to kind of call out?
I guess, well, I would say even like, let's say money, right? Like money is obviously the biggest thing, but well, wait, that isn't a scripture. The love of money, right?
Yeah,
That
the love of
That is though.
Oh, that is. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember when we were doing the like
Yeah,
little
yeah.
game. I was like, wait. I was like, I always thought that was one, but I thought it was.
Oh,
that you
yeah.
said
Oh,
was
because there was another verse
one
that
that
said
was
something like
close.
it said something like joy in life is getting money and getting drunk or something like that.
Oh,
and then it like
okay.
turned out that it was actually a verse.
It was?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I think I still have the notes.
Well, I was
But it
saying-
was
But
out of context.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, it was I think Ecclesiastes, you know, Solomon was going through some stuff
yeah.
when he wrote that.
But when we like think about money nowadays and like how obviously it's like the root of our society, I would say like that is something else that we could be talking about. Like, okay, money is everything, but it's not. I don't know. I think there are a lot of subjects that we don't obviously touch base on because you don't want to. Even pastors, like, there's almost a political correctness to things, even within church. So there are a lot of things that kind of are, and I'm saying a lot of things, and I'm I'm not even gonna really touch on.
I think I know where you're going.
So,
I
we have like a correctness that is just a standard that is kind of, I mean, in work and church and you know, everywhere you kind of go. So practically now, I do feel like it's hard to call out certain things or kind of just be very upfront about how to.
When was the last time you guys had to like call out one of your friends? Like, did that actually happen?
Unless they
I don't
came.
I don't think I did that.
If they came to me, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think I will observe and call out.
Really?
Working on it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Working on it.
Have you done that?
Well, like, I just talk. Like,
That's true.
I just
She doesn't have to.
No, I'm not,
She's saying
like,
it in the moment. She's that friend. I'm listening to. What are you doing? What? Like we're not.
That's
She's not gonna
definitely
get to think
Don't
about it
portray
later.
me too bad now, right? But I'm like, oh, but just like if we have a relationship, I guess, and you really can't talk to everybody the same. But I'm like, oh, if we have a relationship, I'm just like, what are you doing? Almost like,
No, literally.
why are
Not
you doing?
almost,
Like,
literally.
why are you telling me this? First of all, and then what was like? Let's say, for instance, Melinda told me to say, not to say something. I'm like, why are you even telling me that? Like, she's like, because I don't. I'm like, but now you're bringing it to my attention, and I was never gonna say anything. And she's like, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, like that was handled right there and then, not like going out. You know, like, but I'm like, man, why did she tell me that? We had the conversation right
Do
there.
I need to say
So
something
it
to
wasn't
her?
calling out. It's just conversations, I would say. That you just,
Like, address it.
yeah, you just talk. Like, let everything out in the moment. Obviously, if it's super, you know, kind of take time
Tact.
to, yes, tact.
I don't know, Yaz. You're kind of an exception. What about you, CJ?
Yes.
I'm trying
We're
to.
different.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure I have done it, but I can't really think right now.
Because I'm like, okay, like you guys are saying, like, oh, like
No,
yeah,
for real, like-
you should
No, I'm
call
just
your
laughing
friends
'cause you
out.
said-
You know, I'm like, well, have you guys done that? Like, let me know because then I'll follow your example. But I just feel like that could be kind of uncomfortable, even though you should. But what does that actually look like? What was the scenario? I don't know. I just like practical examples.
And you know what? The truth is that probably for the vast majority of people, we don't. Now, at that conference, Myron's conference, I don't know what speaker, but he brought up something that I was like, holy crap, I never thought about that. So he was basically saying, because part of Myron's thing is like men and probably all people need to be in community, right? So he was, you know, giving the example of Jesus and the disciples, how they had that community, that brotherhood. Now, he mentioned Judas, and he's like, okay, here were 12 brothers. Like, they done been through 3 years of Jesus together. He's like, Jesus tells everybody, hey, Judas is going to betray me. This guy right here. And then all 11 of them were like, oh. And they watched him get up and walk out and do that. No one said nothing. No one decided to confront Judas. No one said, Judas, what the heck are you doing? Like, no one did that. They just let him go. And he's like, well, what would the difference have been if they were a
Someone said
true
something?
community? If they were like, Judas, you not leaving here.
You're
Like,
not
where do
doing
you think you're going? This is the Messiah. You about to go betray him? What are you talking about? Like, that should have been the response, but they didn't. And look what the result was. And in our lives, there are most of us doing that to someone. There is someone in our life that we see and we're just letting it happen. And that really got me thinking, like, dang, you know, that's true. Like, that is happening around the world every day with multiple people because we're afraid to speak up. Tough pill to swallow, but hopefully, you know, change happens, because I do think that, you know, using Jesus as the example, like, he wouldn't allow that, you know, and he doesn't. When he watches us go astray, he's not like, oh man, that makes Andre feel good though. He's like, bro, he's constantly like, come
I'm
on,
up out of there.
you don't got to do that. Come on,
I
there's something
want
better.
to say, like, I'm thinking about like different scenarios where he's corrected people, like the woman at the well. You know, like he made sure to make her feel known, understood, you know, like he laid that foundation first, that relationship first, and then corrected her. And then I think about him flipping tables, and I'm like, okay, which way is like applicable? Like, at what point do you apply that level of correction versus the other level of correction?
So I said this last episode too. Like, you have to look at the heart posture of who he flipped tables at, versus who he was
getting water from.
Yeah, because even in that video, the guy speaks about Jesus flipping the table is a good thing, right?
Right, yeah. So he's doing that to people that they're feeling self-righteous in what they're doing. They're feeling like you need that level with this person versus the
He said, pull out a whip.
Like, y'all really think you're gonna be in my father's house doing this and you see nothing wrong with it? Okay, like we need to amp this up. The woman at the well was coming softly. She was coming. She already felt shame. He didn't need to get angry with her. She already was going at the time of day when no one was gonna be there, because she already felt like, nah, man, like what I'm doing is bad. So he didn't need to get her into that mindset of like, oh, this isn't right, or you should change. Like, she already had that. What he did was he asked her, you know, like he proposed to her, like, I have better. Like, you want to come here and get this water every day? I could give you water that you don't have to do that anymore. Like, you just drink from this water once. That was his proposition to her. Now, if he did that to the people, hey guys, you don't have to exchange the money here. Like, boy, if you don't.
Right. Yeah,
you know?
wouldn't, yeah.
So he had to do something different for those people.
Sometimes you get across people in different ways. Sometimes that you have to not necessarily meet them on their level, but you still have to do it in a way to still get the message across. And I think Jesus is very good at doing that in a sense, because the way how I might approach Yaz or Tashina with something might be different than how I approach Andre to get the message across. It could be the same scenario, but I have to apply different ways of getting that message across to you guys.
Yeah.
And that's why he is good.
Amen.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's why.
Because
That's why.
he knows how to do things with tact. Jesus.
All right, so let's start to wrap things up here. So I want to leave people with some like practical things. If someone is a people pleaser or they have a people pleasing habit, like what is one practical way someone can start breaking that habit?
Kind of like what Tashina said. Just start by saying no. It's just the little things. Just, huh?
It took a lot. Like,
Yeah,
there's
just
steps.
start by saying
Yeah,
no.
it isn't. You can't just
That's like the last step.
No. What do you mean? No.
You gotta work your way up.
You gotta. Oh wow. So okay, let me ask you that. Well, yeah, we're still wrapping up. But what did you have to do to work up to that no? Did you do anything prior to that, or you just started with the no?
No, I did not start with the no.
Can
okay.
I guess?
Yeah.
You had enough.
Ooh.
Tired.
And you're like, all right, I'm gonna say no.
The straw that broke the camel's
over
back.
this.
Yeah,
I'ma
that is
say no.
true. That's what I was exhausted. I was burnt out, and I had negative energy. I had given past, like I said, it was negative, like more than I even had. So that's why I had to finally say no.
Can't pour from an empty cup.
I did. I pulled
Found something down
beyond.
there.
I pulled from beyond. So yeah, that was the circumstance. But I think also just like fighting past, realizing that how the other person reacted was not my responsibility. Like I had to prioritize and take care
Yourself,
of myself. You
yeah.
have to put your oxygen mask on
First in the airplane.
So yes, like so I had to prioritize myself. And one of the things that my therapist had said was like when you're kind of like going down like a spiral and you have to like imagine a stop sign well, that's one of the techniques, but ask yourself like what makes this 100% true. So sometimes you can like create these like scenarios in your head of like how this person is going to react, and you didn't even give them the opportunity to, respond in the way that you needed, you know? So one, like, okay, I actually have to give that person the opportunity to show me, like,
Yeah.
you can, like, do the right thing. You can respond to me in the way that I need you to respond. And also, like I said, just, you know, wanting to, like, be that version of myself that I appreciate in other people, like that authenticity, because that is so important to me. So I want to be able to provide that to people. So all of those things happen, and then I
like
said no.
that. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then they reacted well, so I was like, oh, let me try this again, you know?
Okay.
And then, so now I'm seeing a pattern, like, okay, actually this is okay. And when someone doesn't respond well, like, that's the anomaly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, a lot of times we're afraid, or how does that saying go? Like, something like 90% of the things we're afraid of don't actually happen.
Yeah. We just
Yeah.
make it up in our
Right.
head pretty
and
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I wouldn't want someone to feel the way that I felt, you know? Like, I would not want my friend to do what I was doing
Yeah.
to those people, to,
Having,
like, other
having
people.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's true.
Okay.
I was saying another, well, like back to your question, Andre, like the practical things. Just from hearing you guys talk, I'm like, oh, a lot of the things that I think I'm hearing is it really like starts with yourself and like a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah.
I feel like that is something that sometimes not a lot of people do. And if you do have that trait of people pleasing, like take some time and like step back and say like, hey, like, why am I doing this? Like, why do I feel like I need to do this? Because if you don't check in with yourself, like you're saying, and you're doing a bunch of things, ultimately it became a like ticking time bomb for you where you're just like, oh, like now I kind of almost want to go to another end and like I don't want to do anything for anybody. I'm not saying that that's what you.
That didn't happen.
No. I'm not saying that is you, but like that's how far it could go. So if you're like self-regulating and having time to like say, hey, Yaz, like why did I do that for that person today? Like, even though I knew I probably didn't have the time or whatever, it's like, oh no, because yada yada yada. But once you find it where it kind of doesn't meet your boundaries, that's where I feel like you have to really, really say, okay, why? And if the answer is not what you want it to be, then say, hey, I'm not doing this again. I don't know if that's helpful for the people here who are, you know, people pleasers, but I would think that would kind of be helpful.
I agree.
Okay.
Piggybacking off of that, like, I think trying to focus on just behavior modification almost never works. So just trying to focus on how to not be a people pleaser normally won't work. So I think, like you were saying, reflecting, trying to figure out what the root of this is. Like, what is it that I'm actually searching for in this? Because there's probably a more healthy way to get that. And then you don't need the behavior of people pleasing anymore.
And, sorry. It's funny that you said about your therapist, because I was like, one time my therapist had told me, it was like, okay, if you don't do this, then what? And it's like, oh, they're going to get mad. Then what?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Then I'm going to be mad. And then what? Like, and then once you keep talking, it's like, man, actually, it's not
It's
that
not
serious.
that deep.
So really, when you kind of break it down
Yeah.
to like that simple, like, okay, and then, I mean, did somebody die? Did
Right.
somebody
Yeah.
get hurt? And you're like, no. Like, but in the end, how did you feel? And it's like, well, I felt bad. I felt overwhelmed. I felt anxiety. I felt like I had no control. I felt like this person, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, yeah, in the end, it's always going to be on you and how you feel. And if you don't feel good, why are you doing it?
Yep.
So, it's that deep, guys.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
CJ, anything to add?
Well, still have the same answer. Start with no.
Oh, yeah, you
why
did
are
say
you
that.
talking like
You did-
that? That's
you did say that.
Well, I mean, honestly,
I'm sorry.
That easy.
no, to kind of touch on what I think pretty much everyone was saying, start with that root, because that tells a lot. A lot of the things that we do starts from somewhere that something that's affecting us from the past, and once you get to that root cause, then from there you can kind of pinpoint exactly what happened, and then the effect of that will be for you to not be a people pleaser anymore, and then start with no.
I feel like there's got to be a way to bring God into this, though. You know, like.
So, I'll speak personally. When I look at one of the roots, and it's like this feeling of not being accepted if you're not pleasing the other person, and ultimately, ultimately, I need to learn how to get acceptance, not from other people, but from within, God. Right? Mm-hmm. But even outside of that, and ultimately, like, God accepts us no matter what, like, no matter how bad we've been, no matter anything. And so if his opinion is the one that matters most, then I shouldn't put man's opinion first or like more important, you know? So yeah, that's, I think, one way God can tie into things.
And touching on that too as well, maybe prayer and fasting. You know, there's power in prayer, all those different things. So we can't take those things for lightly. So Jesus says that some things honestly only take effect through prayer and fasting. So maybe that's one of those things that you need to in order to break that chain.
Ironically, the thing I said no for was to spend a weekend in prayer. I wasn't fasting that weekend, but it was intentionally to spend time with God. And that was the best thing I could have done. It was so rejuvenating. So, yeah.
Good for you.
Let me read a couple comments here. So Michael Thomas was saying that he does that at work, calling people out as long as it isn't going to cause him to miss out on heaven. That's what he was saying. Danielle says other people's emotions are not our responsibility. Not that we shouldn't care, but we can't always worry about how our decisions will affect people. And Phaedra says that's why the Bible notes that no one is inherently good on their own merits. Romans 3:10. True goodness is achieved by aligning your life with God's will and allowing his grace to transform us.
Amen.
All right.
That's a good,
yeah. All right.
Good last comment.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, thank you guys for
absolutely.
I will be back just to say that.
Tashina will be back with another house closing next week. Yeah.
Amen. Yes.
I will be back.
No, we need you back. Listen,
Yeah.
I've said this off air. You know what?
Say it
I'm
on
going to say
air.
it.
Say it for the people.
We're still alive,
We need to
right?
have
Be
another
brave.
women's episode because I've said it off air that women's episode.
Yeah, they agreed too much. There was nothing. It was just
I
like
need y'all to be real.
Some
There's too
people
much
are being
kumbaya.
nice.
I need it.
ooh.
We need some.
Who was
good
being
people.
nice? Call him out.
We need to. No. Hold on. So hold on.
See, I have tact. I'm not gonna do that. We're all very good people.
Yeah,
No,
me
it's
and
good.
Andre were like, "What is this?"
Really? I was saying it needs to be like more. Well, I feel like we should do girls, and guys, but like obviously, I don't know if there's been like a girls and guys relationship now, like.
I think so. Anytime we have a relationship,
we did the
episode,
live
we try
one
to have
with that. Yeah,
guys and
No, I'm
girls.
saying like recent, like now, like
uh,
I feel like it was.
We had one last season.
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Go
But
back and check that episode.
next month. I'm calling it.
well,
Ladies, single ladies.
only singles?
No, maybe single, married, looking, dating.
Wait, what?
What do you guys want
married?
to see? Put it in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah, to be honest.
But we are going to have our live
Woo!
walk next month. So we don't know what it is going to be yet. But it's going to be something good. You want to be there. So make sure you come out.
Well, are we just not telling them, or we just don't know?
I don't know.
Man.
Do you know?
Me, you, and Melinda spoke about it.
We decided.
Oh, they want a man.
I mean, that's what
I
we
heard.
came to conclusion with.
CJ, take it away. Take
So-
it away, CJ.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting directions from the director. What do you want to say?
Yeah.
Okay, we want men to come to the live show.
Most
everybody
definitely.
can come to the live
Yeah,
show.
but I wasn't talking about that though. I was talking about like the show when you said we all had a women's show.
Oh.
But you're saying the
When you do
women's
the
show
redo.
is gonna be the walk live. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
no.
that's what I was
They
saying.
don't want this.
Director's not.
No,
knowing
we can
what's
do
happening.
it. We could definitely do a all women's live
That
panel.
was not nice.
Really?
What
it was
is
good.
coming up?
Sorry.
All right. Well, wrapping things up.
For real this time.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching. Don't
Yep.
forget to like, share, and
And
subscribe. And we will see you guys on the next walk. Let's pray it out.
Mm-hmm.
Father in heaven, we're thankful that you have brought us together. We're thankful for the discussion that we have had. We're thankful that there is this difference between being good and being nice. And although it can be challenging sometimes to be good when it hurts other people, or when it seems like other people aren't going to like us for it, we know that ultimately, if we are being good, then it is in their best interest. And we want to be like you, God. And you were the perfect example of being good, even sometimes when it seemed harsh, even sometimes when it seemed like you were going to get backlash for it. But you are the ultimate example of good and the ultimate example of love. So we're asking that you'll help us to be more like you. Help us to call out what needs to be called out. Give us the wisdom to be able to do it in a tactful way. But we're asking, God, that we will not be like the disciples that let Jesus just walk right on out without saying a word to him. Help us that the people in our lives that we need to address and the people in our lives that we need to have a conversation with, that we will gain the courage to actually do that, so that, we don't see people walk out and go down the wrong path. We're asking, God, that you will strengthen our faith, strengthen our relationship with you. And we're asking that you will keep us all safe until the next walk. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you, guys. Oh.
Whoa. Before you go, make sure you like us on all social media platforms at The Walk Live, and find us on any of your favorite podcast platforms. Our journey doesn't have to end here. Join us on the next walk.